Today I have a video for people who are searching for sounds. We're going to be exploring LANDR Samples, which is one of the biggest and growing sample libraries that they include effects, they also include loops, and one of their amazing features is that you can use it not only on a web browser, but you can also integrate it to your recording software very easily, and it adapts to the BPM of the song, so the tempo, and it also adapts to the key of the song, which is even better. So you can actually manipulate those samples to fit your song and make it unique. So it's not the same as using any other sample library where you're going to be having the same sound as everybody else. So that's what we're going to be exploring today. My name is Piluso. It's nice to see you all. If this is your first time here, I invite you to subscribe. We have more than 100 videos on this channel of tutorials, gear reviews, interviews as well. I would like to know your thoughts of LANDR Samples below after you see the video. If you used it before, let me know. Also, if you use other sample libraries, let me know what you're using below. And don't forget to subscribe, that is completely free. So what is LANDR? LANDR is like an ecosystem that has lots of tools for beginners and professionals, that if you don't have anything to produce music, you can get LANDR Studio. That is a subscription. I will leave below a discount they gave us for this community. And they have samples, they have lots of plugins, they have automatic mastering, distribution services, courses, and more stuff. So I already have my own account and if you go into samples, you can browse all the different sample collections they've got. I believe they have more than 2 million sounds, so that's a lot. And you can choose between different genres of music, different types of instruments, and you can also use it as a plugin. That is what I'm going to show you right now. So I made 3 different songs in the past hour really quickly, and it was really easy to use, and it adapted perfectly to my session. So first of all, let's have a little listen to the first one. Then I made a trap song. And then a kind of funky song. So the way that you use this software is just create a stereo channel. I'm using Pro Tools here. So that is my recording software of choice. Here I've logged in to my account, and I can just search for sample libraries. So the first one I made was with the first library that shows up, and also be able to show you how quickly you can create these sounds. You just go into this. You can actually hear like a demo that the creator made for you. So you can hear some of the sounds and the texture in general. So the first thing I did was go into drums, and you select a beat. So once you selected one that you like could be this one, you can click here and change the key of pitch the drum beat, or if you have something melodic, so that would sound like this. You can make it double speed. or half speed. So depending on the beat you want to use, you can change those factors, which is really handy because it not only synchronizes the samples to your session, but also you can do lots of things that we normally do to manipulate samples to make it their own. Once you like the sound, you just add it to your library, like buy and add to your downloads. So with LANDR Studio, that is the full pack you get. You have 100 samples a month, so you can just download it here. And once it's downloaded, you can just drag the audio clip and it will sync with your session right here. So have it on another track, another stereo track. That's what I recommend. You have a track for the LANDR samples, and then you just drag the audio straight into an empty track and give it its own space. So if I activate the metronome now, we can hear that it's perfectly synced. So here on my Neo Soul song, I have that sound, a bass sound, a guitar, strings, and the cool thing is that it automatically pitched the samples to match a C major key. And I didn't have to be transposing each sound individually. So everything was automatic. So for this song, I also added some vocal chops, and I just went to the library and clicked on vocals. And here I have two options I can use from any library inside of LANDR Samples, but I was just sticking to one at a time. We have this sound. So let's say I like that sound, but it's too high pitched. So I'm just going to bring it down. And now I have this. And something I like a lot, before you buy a sample and use one of your 100 credits a month, you can audition it by just hitting play on your session, and it will synchronize with this, so you can hear if it works or not with the track. Like this. So that was a little bit loud, quite loud. Let's bring it down. So that is really cool, actually, to be able to audition it, and if you like it, you buy it. And so you don't have any wasted samples. Like, I can tell you, I have a huge library of different samples, sample companies and stuff like that. It's just, it becomes a point where it's unbearable. You just can't filter through all of these libraries. Let's go into the trap song. So for the trap song, I actually used the trap selection library that you can, if you go into samples, you can find it second. So I actually chose my drums first. I mean, we can see here that the original drum beat was in 158 BPM and our session is at 90. So this is sounding very stretched out. So I can just click here to make it faster, so we can do a double speed. There we go. So that's the kind of trap beat we're looking for. So then we add it to our library and just drag it onto a separate track. Then I got a 808 sound. A piano. A melody. And you can add a plugin here if you like. Because you already have it on a separate channel, you can add reverb and things to your sound. So here I had a sound that originally was like this, with some reverb. Yeah, very easy to use. And then the last song I made was this funk sound, was this funk track. So I just went into my LANDR Samples and simply I just searched funk and I clicked on drums. There were this golden age drums. So it sounds a bit like Superstition by Stevie Wonder. Like it a lot. That's groovy, I like it. And then I brought in a bass. And here is where I encountered my first problem as a sound engineer and producer. I started to notice that some of the sounds weren't extreme high quality. And that's basically because we are time stretching and pitching the sounds to go up and down and faster or slower. So that is very common when we are sampling and we are manipulating sounds. So what I recommend, so if you like, for instance, a bass line, but the sound is not exactly what you want, you can drag any sounds onto a MIDI track and with Pro Tools, it will give you the notes that were played, so you can actually use what LANDR Samples created and use another sound. So here I have a MIDI bass sound that I like a lot. It's basically what the loop had, but I can also use both of them together, because with the LANDR Samples I have the sound of a real bass being played, and with the MIDI bass I'm holding it a bit better in the low end. Then we have the guitars. That sounds a bit like Eminem, doesn't it? The first era. Then we have other guitars. So one of the cool things also for beginners and people who need an ecosystem, and one of the keys from LANDR Samples is that it's not only a sample library, and the idea is for you not to just collect sounds. The idea is for you to finish your songs and upload them. And that's why they give you, inside of LANDR Studio, that I'll leave you a link below if you want to check it out, you have unlimited tracks that you can distribute and upload to all of the main stores online and streaming services. You also get unlimited LANDR mastering, so you can just make songs one after the other, upload them and get cracking and start promoting your career. So I hope you liked this video. Let me know below what you thought about it. If you have any questions below, don't forget to subscribe. It's completely free. Check out the link for a discount. I'll see you in the next video. My name is Piluso. It was great to have you here. Bye bye.